Good evening. This is HNN, the Hollow Table News Network, as you're not even remotely close to around-the-clock Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes news, reactions, reviews, theory crafting, and more source. There's the music behind us now. I'm Faye34, your host, and today we're joined by my two distinguished co-hosts and theme music. Was that on purpose? Because if it was...
It was, but that was before.
Oh, wait.
So that, you're looking at the delayed stream on YouTube?
Yes, I messed that up. We're keeping all this on there, by the way.
Yeah.
I just had it on, and
It's
I
live.
forgot it wasn't
We can't
muted.
take it out.
Oh, yeah, I know, but for the podcast.
Gotcha.
This is just another, it's a sneaky way if people want to join us for the live stream. We just put it so in their face that the music is loud. And all right. Anyway, so over here we have Celiac Sarah. Welcome back.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How's this? Wonderful. And the ever illustrious Sir Georges. How's it going?
Very good.
Perfect.
Good to see you guys again.
Likewise. I always have a good time, especially when there's much to talk about.
Yeah.
All positive.
Woo!
As always, we'll start your show with your HNN headline news. And that's today we have 5 headlines, but they're all kind of rolled into one. To be honest, the number one story today, and also the That's No Moon, and definitely the Bantha in the room for many, the arrival of General Skywalker. First, let's talk about, I thought about how we're going to do this, but let's go over how you get to him, which is a show in itself. So the journey to get to Sky Guy. Sir G, let's have you go over the requirements of the tiers and then what you need, and then we'll go over how you actually play it and tips and tricks and what we got and stuff like that. But fill us in. How does one attain this power?
So, first off, you need to have multiple legendaries, GK, a raid character, multiple ships. Let's see. So, to get prepared, you need to have Anakin's Starfighter at 7-star, at least 40k galactic power, which I didn't find to be very hard to do. I don't know what the minimum gearing is you need for the character, but it seemed like Gear 12 was 40k galactic power.
Yeah, pretty easy. Actually, on my Jedi Counselor was pretty close. And he's Gear 8 or...
Yeah.
Let me see here. Jedi Counselor is Gear 9, and he is at 35,000 power or something like that. So, it's certainly not outrageous.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought. And then you need a Galactic Republic capital ship, which currently has to be Mace Windu, which most people also have, and then 3 other Galactic Republic ships. For myself, I thought it was best to put the Clone Sergeant as one of my starting, just because I needed somebody strong enough to survive initial onslaught of stuff. But so that's what you need for ships. Ship mission wasn't too hard, as long as you've got characters Gear 12. Tier 2, this was hard, and this is where you needed Ahsoka Tano, 7-star, 17.7 thousand galactic power. C-3PO, a legendary. And to get C-3PO, you need Ewoks. General Kenobi from the HAAT. Padme, another legendary. And Shakti, who was the main pay-to-play tune. It was hard for people to get over that hump, finally get her to 7-star to actually participate in this event. Then tier 3. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I was just, do you want to go over all the tiers and then we'll go back to them, or talk about them individually?
Let's talk about them individually.
Cool. I just wanted to say, obviously Shakti, but other than that, I'm not gonna lie, I did not anticipate them needing 3PO to get it in there, or for Kenobi for that matter. These are all ones that are fairly, other than Shakti, which is, like you said, that's really the only pay to play character, and even that wasn't it has been available if you've been going at it hard.
Yeah, I thought they didn't hurt us too badly with like 5 characters you have to have been farming and need to open packs to get. Like with the Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan.
For sure. And planning like where you spend what currency and stuff. This is just straight up for people that have been playing this for a while, Shakti and then gear. So that's what they're leaning more towards as their thing. I feel like this could have been worse as far as what characters they had. Now where you have to get them and stuff, we can go over, but also I think we should keep in mind, I don't know that we'll ever accurately get one right again. I think they knew with Darth Revan it was too easy to like pick which ones are which, and now they have these that nobody said like make sure you have your 3PO ready for this event.
Yeah,
which I don't mind. That's not wrong. I just
or your Galactic Republic, like your Jedi consular ship.
Yes.
Oh yeah, sure.
Hi, over here.
I'm so glad those mythic rumors got debunked. Like, you need the Jedi Council with Eve Koth and the unreleased Ki-Adi-Mundi.
Correct. That would have been worst case for that. Like that, and that's why I thought they would do it, is because no one has those.
Right.
But those are definitely a whoever said that rumor will have another rumor the next time they come out, because no one will remember the fact that they did.
We should
totally made stuff up the first time. You're right, but keep it in mind. Whoever finds the source of these things, it was just a guess, a solid one, but
make a shared
wrong.
Yes, make that you say it's a guess. Don't say this is a leak. We know. Yeah. How do you guys feel about the 17.7 galactic power requirement? Do you think that was ample to beat the event?
Not for like similar to things we've talked about before, like the Grievous 88 team. Like here's the minimum the characters need, but every one of them can't have the minimum.
Gotcha.
Would be what I'm saying. So that's you could have 3PO or Shakti at 17.7, but it was really hard to do it if they were all that, if not impossible. I don't know anyone that didn't get it with, at least one character wasn't 13 and a relic or 2 or something like that. I'm sure it's out there. I'm sure it happened, but almost everyone I saw had Kenobi at 3 or 4 relic or something along those lines. And then the 17.7 number itself was fine. I was worried that they'd push it a little higher, like 19.
Yeah, I'm glad they did.
Yeah, me too. We'll talk about my Droideka. I had to put 60 mods to get him exactly like 17,720.
Oh, wow.
So it was like you needed that precisely. And anyway, so that again, that was fine, but not if you were like, oh yeah, I just got them all to 17.7, and then you go into the event, you're either spending 27 hours, legitimately 27 hours for RNG, or not getting it at all.
Yep. Speaking of RNG, tier 3, they gave you your their own tier 13 General Skywalker to get to play with, and I guess get to feel how he plays. And it was a nice little scene, a little fight between him and Asajj Ventress.
Yeah, from a different camera angle.
Yeah.
It was like low to his hip is where the thing was, for those of you that haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it was cool. Which
I think is Sarah, right?
Yep, couldn't even do tier 1.
Because of Anakin's ship?
It was Anakin's ship, and that I didn't have at the right star level yet. And then I also did not have enough Galactic Republic at the power level. And I just kind of looked at it and I was like, no, I'm going to try for this.
Wow, there's no point if you, literally 0 point.
I will say it was kind of nice that everyone was frustrated and I was just like, have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now,
there he moves again.
Could you hear me?
No, you were frozen.
No. I saw you guys with these blank, dead faces.
That's just Sarah's normal face.
Now you guys froze for me too. Okay.
I feel like after a year or more, I can make that joke about her and know that it's not personal or anything. Okay, all right. I'm glad we're at that place now.
We've been doing this for over 2 years.
I'm looking, making sure she confirms this or not. So okay,
we are. We're good. Everything's fine. You know what? You guys have General Skywalker. I'm not salty about it at all.
So,
for the record, her face is all smiles for that.
Yeah. What I was saying was how phase 3 of the battle, I didn't do any strategy. Like the first time I did it, I beat it. Then I tried to play it again to figure out whether I got lucky or not. I lost. I just moved on. It seemed RNG to me, like whether you would get stunned by Asajj or whether you'd counter whenever she attacked you.
Yep, I lost the first 2, and then the second time I switched. I don't even remember what it was. I think I did like the days move first, and then she didn't get quite so many stuns on me. But the first 2 times, I literally was stun locked.
Yeah,
for almost the entire thing. And then, but they were like 30-second battles, so it's not like it was
right. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Would you say it was very RNG?
Well, I mean, the first one sure made it seem that way because I just sat there doing nothing. And then the other one I did it, but I don't like that could have been like, yeah, you just need to daze her first, then she doesn't get the extra turn meter from her lead and stuff.
Yeah, good point.
Would be my thought, but I honestly don't remember, and then kind of forgot to go back to it. I did like that you could. For those of you that didn't play it, you could go back to it right away and play it. Yep.
All of them.
And I actually did it a couple times because I enjoyed it and wanted to try it, and then got smoked again in the last phase. Like, nah, I'm not going to move those mods back.
Yeah. They let you do that for all the phases. I liked that. Like, if you did figure out a good strategy, you could go back if you weren't recording it.
Yeah, especially for like you if you're trying to give a tips and tricks type of thing.
Or you want to do a replay kind of thing.
Yeah, it was cool. But it was the foreshadowing of the greatest RNG match to come, which was Tier 4, where you needed Asajj Ventress lead, B1 Battle Droid, B2 Battle Droid, Droidica, and IG-100 Magna Guard. Now, mind you, Asajj Ventress lead, and despite other rumors that maybe this was going to be a rework so that she has some kind of separatist synergy, no,
it's just totally useless.
They intentionally made it a useless lead, and this was the tough battle.
Which phase was this?
Tier 4, the last one.
Okay.
What you needed to unlock. This is the one that I would imagine kept 90% of players that were capable of getting Skywalker from getting Skywalker.
Yep, it was again talking about the actual event itself. You know, using the droids was a pretty reasonable assumption, but not everyone was like, yeah, we need separatists to do that. Nobody imagined, let's take Asajj lead droids without Grievous.
Right.
Against that. So again, throwing a little curveball, and I'm not necessarily, I don't know that that's good or bad. I actually kind of think it's good because it makes us for shows like this just do more like guessing for next time. We're like, oh, they could be anybody now. Part of me enjoys that.
I liked it.
Literally.
Yeah, it's and they make sense ish.
Yeah, they were all thematic.
Yeah, C-PO or 3PO is probably the farthest. Like, okay, I get it. He was kind of there, but otherwise, it all came together. So on those same lines there, let's go into the number 2, which is news, which is actually playing the Clone Clash on Kamino. Sergi, I totally forgot when you brought it up this time. There was even a ship part. So for those of you that didn't do it, the ships is, I don't know, I played it one time, I won easily and moved on. I assume other people. I mean, this was mace. I have a gear 11 mace. Don't gear mace. Nothing else was necessary. Have a good, I have a relic 7 Anakin, and he was just wrecking face. And his ship is different in it. They have like the pointy ship instead of the Eta 2. I don't know what it's called, but we'll call it pointy ship.
Pointy ship. That's the technical term.
It looked like Jedi Consular's ship.
Yeah, basically. Okay. But it was gold.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I don't know, like some people are like, oh, they're going to have a new General Skywalker ship, and they might, but it was all the same kit as Jedi Knight Anakin, and I think they just kind of reskinned it for that event. So then on to number 2. I'll say a little, I probably spent 20 minutes on that phase. And I had a Relic 4 Kenobi because of that's where I have my ships at, and the Relic 1 Ahsoka, and the rest were both gear 12. The other 3 are gear 12, and took me 20 minutes. You take down the B2s. You have to take down the Magna Guards before you take down the droidicas, and then they'll revive as well too. So they kind of force you a little bit to pick where you go. In a way. I didn't get to see your video. Did you come up with a good strategy? Mine was just like, all right, that worked. Onwards after 20 minutes. Like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like super easy for me, but it was compared to right away. I knew that my team was good enough.
Yeah.
I just had to get the right RNG. Like I would get 3 or 4 of the 6 down, and like I just need to make sure that he survives this one hit more. Things like that. But you had a whole video, sir.
Yes.
What was it?
I tried to do it with a gear 12, like a full gear 12 squad. I had what I needed to take General Kenobi to gear 13, but wanted to see if I could do it, and finally gave up. Took him to Relic 3, just because those are the easy relics. And that made it so much easier, and so then I was able to do it with everyone gear 12 except a Relic 3 PK. But it did take trying to figure out some strategy. So, in short, what my video is about, and if you haven't gotten General Skywalker this time, I encourage you to check it out. It was go before the enemy teams, because the Magna Guards go first with about 269 speed. Kill B2 so that he can't dispel anything, and then try to take out the droidicas while leaving B1 and everyone else alive, because you don't want them dead first, because then Grievous will go into enrage where you can't heal anymore. So you want other people to stay alive as long. And the main helpful thing that I figured out finally near the end was take advantage of C-3PO's cooldown reduction.
Yeah, that did make good to know.
So I had Shock T call him to assist a lot. So
on Grievous or on anybody?
Take advantage of being able to decrease your team's cooldown.
Oh, the decrease one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So by calling C-3PO with Shock T, I could decrease everybody with 3 stacks of translation cooldowns. And then Padme would use her stun, call everybody to assist with protection up. So there was a nice little train going of keeping everybody's cooldowns resetting down to 0. So that when I finally got to just Grievous, I kept him stunned, never able to hurt me again. Because I'd do Padme stun, then decrease C-3PO's special so that he could call mass assist, and make it to where next time Padme takes a turn, he can stun again. So Grievous would be stunned, miss his turn, Padme stun again. Easy to win the match that way. But yeah, nice. It took some time to figure out.
Check it out on his YouTube channel. Got some good stuff for that. So, but doable. Tough, but I think that was I enjoy is the I probably enjoyed that phase. And then I was trying to think like it was. I did not enjoy the Malik event at all.
Right.
I didn't think that was fun to play. It was just long and arduous. And
is there a point in the notes of the show where we talk about whether we like or dislike? Is that now or later?
The event?
Yeah.
Yeah, now.
Different battles. Okay. My feelings have changed a little bit. I'm still not sure where I'm going to end up and settle on, but I think...
You have like 3 to 6 months until it comes back again to decide.
Yeah. I like the requirements that they made. I thought it was pretty generous to only make Shaak Ti the one character most players haven't gotten to 7-star. It did need a lot of Gear 13 and relics if you wanted it to be easy, but the battles were very thematic and fun. I was very frustrated while trying to play it.
That's it's the climbing a mountain thing.
Yeah,
like it's sometimes while you're climbing the mountain, it kind of sucks. And then you get to the top and you're like, okay, all right, that was worth it. And you look back on it and it's like your growth journey type of thing, which is what they're going for. I mean, that's the pride and accomplishment kind of garbage. But there obviously becomes a point where it's too much. And anyway, I thought phase 2 was pretty well designed, is what I would come down to.
The levels that they made are very fun, but the difficulty, what I couldn't stop thinking about was how they designed it to require Gear 13s and high relic characters, making it almost seem too cash grabby. So that's the main thing that made it hard to enjoy it, just because it felt so cheap.
So I got to Gear 13 my characters, is what you're telling me.
Well, I think with my guides, not just talking about my guides, but
yeah.
I did it.
But really.
but we are.
Yeah.
I was able to do it with mostly Gear 12. The only one I had Gear 13 was GK. That's the one I'd highly recommend, just because he takes up most of the hits. And with Padme's unique where the counter, you get 40% protection up, equal to 40% of his health. The high health really helped with having a Gear 13.
You need to survive 2 hits from Droideka right away. There's 2 Droidekas that build up quite a bit because they're super slow. So 30 seconds into the match, they both go. And if you don't have a pretty high GK, you're smoked before you even get anywhere.
Yeah.
All right. Fine.
It was, and we'll talk about maybe all this more later now, but this is a good time to also say this is not gearing Juhani either. These are all, every single one of them,
worthwhile.
Yeah, even like Droideka is probably the lowest tier of any of them, but still, if you have a good Droideka on a good Grievous team, he's fantastic. So
I'm pretty sure
I do not. I would definitely have people get Skywalker get Kenobi to Gear 13 even without this event. With it, it's just another. For sure.
Pretty sure I ignored GK until you guys and a couple of the others yelled at me to stop ignoring.
So good. I feel like when we yell at you, it's usually like really specific, like you need to gear Grievous type of, and GK is on that list of.
Yeah.
I love doing fun things too, or like ones that I just want to do for fun. But sometimes you got to do these first.
Got to do these.
And Kenobi is just, I think he's a fun character in general, and not intended, but I'll take it.
And he's been useful ever since he was released.
Yeah, I mean he's becoming almost better than Thrawn for longevity.
Yeah,
especially with Padme.
Sarah.
I don't think I started using him until after he got reworked.
I got it. I mean, just the Zeta.
The little. I was like, okay, I guess I gotta use him.
For a second, I was like, "What rework are you even talking about?" Yes, the Zeta was. No, but it is super important for his team. So yes, you're totally right. That was a change for it.
Yeah, good point. These are worthwhile tunes. None of them seemed like you'd never use them.
And then again, phase 3 is whatever. You'll beat it in less than 10 times. I assume most of you beat it much sooner than that. And then phase 4. I thought that one was much harder. So my recap by this was I went to bed a little bit earlier than I normally do because the event started at like 2 my time. And then because I was like, gosh darn it, I'm going to wake up because I normally wake up at like 4 and then fall back asleep. But I'm going to wake up at 4 and I'm going to be like, oh man, should I go play it and not want to play it? And that's exactly what happened. And I couldn't get back to sleep. So I was like, screw it. And then, so I did this at like 4:30 and it took me like an hour and a half total. So I was from like 4:30 to 6, I was doing this stuff. And then so that was 45 minutes to an hour that I did phase 4. And I ended up with, so I had to start, I had B1, B2, and Magna Guard all at gear 13. Droideka is gear 12. If you have him gear 12 with 0 other gear, and he has all 6 E mods, he just passes the requirement. So that's what I did for him. I mean, he's literally just 12 and 6 E mods. And then Asajj she ended up being the one I had to, I don't think I had to, but made a big difference. So she was like 12 and a half, and I ended up putting her up to Relic 3. So I had saved all this gear I saved for that for General Skywalker. When I saw his gear, I went and bought that with my crystals. And then I had to spend most of that gear 12 and a half stuff because I ended up needed the same things to get Asajj up there because her damage made a big difference for me. And so like 3 times after I got her to Relic 3, I beat it. So it was no like I have this magic bullet other than, you know what, have them at high relics certainly helps more than, and not that 3 is high, but I definitely was struggling with that until then. Similar to the other thing, you could tell I was getting close, but it just wasn't there. And so that would be my recommendation for people would be to have them in B1 for a lot of people that got it, that I saw with Asajj not being gear 13, had like super high relic B1, like relics 5 or 6, because he just adds a ton of damage to that. So one of those, same thing, not everyone being at the minimum is going to win it for you, but if you have 1 at the minimum and 2 or 3 pretty darn strong, you can get there. But Sergey, it sounds like yours took a little longer.
Yes, it did. But do you want to look at some comments from YouTube first?
For sure.
So we got people saying hi. And
hello.
Wolfgar mentioned how my audio is much better. That's good. Yes.
Yay.
I figured out that I had a bunch of little unintentional issues. Like I had a delay because of editing. One time I needed to delay my video to sync with the audio. I never turned that off.
Got it. That could be the Discord thing we've always had.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Then Banksy said, Sir Georges, where do you see this game heading in the future? Dying or still on the 5-year path?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Like I said, that's its whole thing in itself. Dying more than I did 3 months ago, but still think another 4 years is very reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Would be my answer. So yes to both.
Yep. I would have said a couple months ago, definitely 5-year path. But I've been thinking a lot about how I'm not enjoying it myself too much.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's sad. It's sad to say.
That's not good.
And I don't want to make this a negative stream. But
say no.
It's sad to say. My enthusiasm for the game is dwindling fast. So, I don't know. I want to say it was capable or might still be capable, but most players, like the way that their recent decisions have been, especially with not making new content for the last 2 years, except for the new TB, and then Grand Arena, which is kind of just individual territory wars. And if, like, this year we've only had a few characters released, and General Skywalker seemed like they just made him super strong, milk as much quick cash. It doesn't seem like they're acting like they have a 5-year path. Doesn't seem like they want us to be playing it in 5 years. So my best answer would be that I see 90% of the current players leaving within the next year or two.
It's a high number.
It is.
That is a high number.
It is a high number. Like if there's 3 million players,
Mm-hmm.
they'll probably only have, what's 10%? 300,000? Okay, so if there's 3 million players right now, probably only 300,000 that'll still stick with it, and most of those will be the whales still. But I like we mentioned before in one of these previous shows, I don't know how we'd recommend this game to somebody.
Yeah.
Not new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can't recommend somebody to play it, then there's no way to get new people playing to grow what's currently here. And with all their decisions that are making people leave, they're not going to be replaced by newbies.
Yeah.
They're planning or hoping, I'm sure, for episode 9 in Mandalorian to bring people in, but
Only
it's
those
hard to.
Only those that are ignorant to how the developers treat players and.
Oh man, this is definitely the hardest I've heard you feel about this.
Yeah, I try to be positive. No, I'm really upset. I don't like General Skywalker. I think he's way overpowered. We'll get to that later.
All right.
Dexatronic said, "How are there 32 episodes?" And I'm just hearing of this. We need to get the word out.
Good point. Do that.
Yeah. It hasn't
Go
been
expand. Expand for everyone.
The podcast has existed for 32 episodes, but we haven't live streamed until recently.
And for compared to other podcasts, that's actually much longer. I mean, 32 is whatever it's been since last 16 months, something like that. So we've been at it for a while. He didn't start with that beard, people.
That's true. That's true. And then that same person, Dexatronic, also said, I beat Phase 4 3 times, but they only gave me 1 gas.
No.
That was funny.
That would be if you gave you like more shards after each one of that you beat for the 4 times.
Yep. Yeah, good comments, guys. Okay, so what was your question before the comment break?
Just your thoughts on Phase 4. And it seems like yours took a little longer than an hour.
Like I literally was getting ready to quit playing Phase 4 and consider my future in the game if I wasn't able to get...
Oh, wow. Got it.
If I wasn't able to get General Skywalker. But then decided, you know what? Even though it's going to take up my whole Sunday, I'm just going to sit here and play until I can finally do it. Or be convinced that it's impossible for me. So I truly sat there on my couch for 5 hours.
That's a long time.
And this is after. I think that I did it all in one sitting, one gaming session. Like first started Phase 4, and then tried to beat it. So yeah, total it took me 5, maybe 6 hours. But I did get to figure out tricks, things, ways, a strategy to make it work. Except giving people only 3 days as well to prepare to play it. Not everybody has 6 hours.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
And it was Thanksgiving in Canada. We were busy eating turkey.
How did they not know that? I mean,
Terrible.
And pie.
On behalf of all Americans, we apologize.
That's terrible.
I didn't think.
I'm
Although,
so
I
sorry,
mean, like,
Canada.
do you get more time on? I feel like I would have more time over Thanksgiving weekend.
I worked.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, if you're working, I feel like you already betrayed the holiday.
I didn't work on the actual holiday.
Got it. Okay, all right.
But there's a lot of turkey eating happening.
I'm sorry, we need a quick aside here. How similar to American Thanksgiving is Canadian Thanksgiving? I know of it, but I don't know much about it. / I feel like we might have talked about it last year on the show.
We don't watch football on it.
Uh-huh.
Because that's different. But everything else is about the same, I would say. Turkey, cranberry sauce, pie. Right? Isn't that
Yeah. All the same. You got
mashed
it.
potatoes. You're good.
Perfect. That's what the day is.
Just no football.
That's okay.
What's the
Who
Canadian
cares about the
equivalent?
Lions and
What's the Canadian equivalent to football?
hockey?
Hockey, bud.
What was the thank you for your Thanksgiving break. Sir G, what was your final win? Like, who was in your squad? What relics were they? Do you think you could repeat it?
I think I could repeat it. Now that I've got a better strategy, I think that with knowing what I know now and what I will make a video about at some point, I could probably do it within an hour of trying with what I currently have.
Which is
all the Zetas, everyone gear 12, except I had an R3 Asajj gear 13. But I don't think that helped me at all. She was the first to die. She didn't.
Mine definitely helped for mine, but
well, now did you have the Zeta on Droidica? Because my whole
no,
strategy,
I did not.
Right, my whole strategy centers around the Zeta on Droidica.
Huh. Interesting. Look at that. You should keep enjoying this game because just to think of that different way that we had that on there.
Yeah, like she single-handedly.
Oh, sorry. I know you like to her. So
Yeah.
I apologize.
I agree.
It was Sarah's idea. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. She single-handedly beat the whole thing for me, pretty much. It was beautiful when it got in motion, but really frustrating to get to that point.
To get the motion rolling.
Yeah. Like, okay, if they had given us a week, I wouldn't be as upset either. And I think most players wouldn't have been upset.
You would have spent an hour here and there and thought about it and stuff like that. But
or give
under the gun,
time
it's a little
for
different.
people to share strategies, people to come up with stuff. Everybody that was busy this weekend, like even just one day of the weekend, like Friday people work, can't always play. Let's say Saturday you had a family event, you're going to take only Sunday. Or if Sunday was your family event, you're going to take all of Saturday trying to figure this stuff out.
It's a little rough timing wise.
Give us a week and make it 7 stars.
Yes, that's all right. So that brings us to a couple of things here. When you got done with it, you got it at a 5-star. So that is similar to the Malik one. And I thought this was good. It was on like SWGOH events. They said how many people got all the recent characters. So Jedi Knight Revan, 12,000 people got. Darth Revan, 25,000 got. Malik, 15 got. And then General Skywalker was 6. I mean, that's almost a third as much as Malik, and 20% of what Darth Revan had. So that's a big drop in either the thing was super hard. It's possible also a bunch of people in that realm quit, if you will, by then or now. But that's a good number, and it's not just that 25,000 people got it, or only 6 got it. It's that the people that got Darth Revan are probably now in the mindset that they should be able to get all of the new ones.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Like you've
I'd
set up
agree.
the expectation that, or especially Malik. I mean, definitely if you got him, you got this epic confrontation. You are now in this elite group of people that are probably going to get it the first time from there. And then if you don't, that becomes super frustrating for a lot of people. And I think, again, people we mentioned 2 weeks ago, there's definitely a distinct number of people leaving in higher end guilds that wasn't before. But the cherry on all of this was the using, once you get to 5-star, using the guild event token 1, so the Hoth stuff, basically, to get it up to 7. So
Oh my god.
Oh boy, that's there's only 2 possible theories to this, to me, why they did this. One is whatever. But I want to hear Sarah, why did they do that?
Honest, I thought
if you worked for CG, would you have done that?
So if I worked for CG and I voiced this, so I've already said this. If I worked for CG, I would have done the get 2 currency, because the event was so soon after guilds started unlocking negotiator and blowing their loads on get 2 on that.
Yep, that seems reasonable.
I would have been like, yep, get 2 currency. You guys all just spent it, right? So I don't know why they chose get 1. How
much do you have?
400 or something like that. Like,
right.
I was using it for gear.
Yeah.
So now I'm hoarding. So I think now I'm back to like 4,000 or something. But like,
sure.
Yeah. I have no idea.
It takes 70,000 to get to 7-star, by the way.
70,000. Right. Okay. So, you know,
70.
Many months.
Many months. I won't be there, but you know, I might not get him apparently next time he comes around.
Sergi, why did they do this?
I've got a couple theories.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. The main theory that I'm thinking is that they did not anticipate what players would react the way they did.
Mm-hmm.
Like in their head, they think, get 2, they might get mad at us. It's too new. Everybody's
and like everyone used it on the
negotiator.
Yeah.
We're gonna be good guys. We're gonna make it get 1.
Good guys. Okay.
Then they hear everybody get upset and they're like, oh man, what did we do? I think that also the players wouldn't be upset if we were getting more get 1 from the GOTB than the Hoth TB. It makes 0 sense when we can't do both at the same time or sim the Hoth TB.
Yes.
To, in the end, get less, like half as much get 1, when it's still a currency that we need. When now it's a currency everybody vitally needs, yet we get half as much doing the new TB instead of the old TB.
And that's for people that at the end of it, it's like, well, it's not all that much different, but you're forgetting all of the special missions on the way. So it really is pretty close to half. That has that.
Yep.
So
as the special missions, everyone capable of getting General Skywalker pretty much was beating all the special missions for Hoth.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can't even imagine rolling my Darth Revan in Hoth right now. You know what I mean? Like it would. Malik would solo it, right?
So it makes no sense
for those of you that still do it.
Yeah, that's what angers me the most, is that like if players thought, okay, now I have 0 get 1, but I'm gonna get 15,000 for the GOTB, and I get 2 of those a month, it'll only take me 2.5 months. It's no big deal. Nobody will be upset. But because we're doing very well, like almost maxing out the new GOTB, to only get between 5 and 6K thousand.
Yeah, I think it's 6 or something like that. Yeah, right around there. Yeah. Or whatever, 30, 31 where we're at.
Yeah.
Then you need 10 total territory battles, which is 5 months.
That's a long time. And don't forget, you get like 400 or something when we win territory wars, right? Something along those lines. Did I make that up?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I guess that is a good point. That is a good point.
But no, I mean, that adds up to, again, over 4 months, you're getting another 4,000 or something.
Yeah. And the other factor to consider is that this is for players that unlocked him this time. This is people that wailed out or did whatever they had to work hard to get General Skywalker this time.
Mm-hmm.
They now can't max him out to use relics, which are mandatory if you want to be competitive. They can't do any of that until after the next time he comes back, when everyone else can do it.
Yep. So here's that leads into my thoughts of they either way overthought this and are like shrewder than we think, or are way lazier than we think they are. Because I think people have this built up in their head that EA has this like team of nerds in there that have they're like crunching their numbers and like, well, we need to set up this exact way, and this is going to be how we extract the most money, and this is how, like, they just have this down to a science. And I think they just show so many moves that just is patently untrue. Because this makes the people that you mentioned the whaliest of whales.
Mm-hmm.
Many of them can't get this to 7 stars for 4 to 5 months. That is a problem, or they're doing it on purpose. And that's my other, like, they're using some kind of like frustration mechanics on the players that have always had the top tier team can't get it now for a couple months, and now they realize what it is to really be bad at the game in arena. So then when the next one comes around, they'd refuse to not spend on the next one, which kind of could happen. The problem with that is getting people to make it to the next round. Like, they're going to quit before it even happens. Like, that's where that kind of falls apart. Or the other explanations, they're just like, you know what, this is what we did for Malik.
Yes.
Let's do it now. That's probably the real one. That is so lazy.
Isn't it?
And it hurts them. So I just don't, like, again, in our guild, I would say we have 5-ish whales, or quote unquote, and 3 or 4 of them aren't even close to having that maxed out. And they're people that spend thousands of dollars on the game. And I totally get being angry about not having that saved up and literally no way to spend to make that happen. Like, as a business person, I just don't understand why you would put it behind something that can't be. Yeah. I
think you're onto something where they thought, well, we did Malik this way, so we can only give it to him for 5-star.
Yeah.
Well, we did Malik this way, so it can only be 3 days long.
Like, that's what an epic confrontation is.
Yeah.
That's what 90% of my reasoning is that, like, well, that's just what this thing is. But that's also like,
but that
was before like, Gear 13 too, so that totally changes it.
And it makes sense because, like, a legendary character, you know that it's going to unlock it. You can use it unlock at 5, but you can go all the way to 7. Like, you know what that's going to entail. So maybe that's exactly what it is.
But this is let's go into now. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about his freaking kit. Sarah.
Yeah.
Number 3, our patented deep dives into the kits. So why all this hubbaloo? Hubbaloo? Just hubbaloo, right?
Hubbaloo.
Okay.
Kerfuffle.
That sounds nice. About a Mr. General Anakin Skywalker. Some refer to him as Gas. There's no Anakin in his name. I don't like that moniker, but I do have to shout out to, now I don't even remember, Laga, someone in our Discord that called the team the Gas Company. Yeah, that's a great name.
I missed that.
The 501st, like, they are the Gas Company. So now I'm like, oh, dude, that's clever. I'll take the Gas Company, but I will not be calling him Gas.
No. I think it's going to be derogatory.
Yeah, me too. Like, it seems a little childish in that way. I get it, but I just GS or Gen Sky. I just don't know. I'm probably just going to call him Skywalker. You two call him what you want. Gas will not be coming out of me.
I
It
don't know
might
what
be,
I'm
but
gonna
not.
call him
I
yet.
didn't mean it like that, but I'm glad I said it that way.
I can't wait till I have gas.
Yeah, that's.
Oh.
You do. You just don't have a lot.
I don't have any.
I wish I
Yeah.
could max out my gas.
Anyway, so as we were saying about the chalice, that's we're right
Yeah.
into it. I'm right there with you.
Now, do I get gas with get one or do I get two?
Get one.
I've got to go
Get one.
I've got to go get my two.
Get one
Oh.
gas. Yes.
All right. I'll read his kit. I'll familiarize myself with it so I'm prepared in 7 months. Oh, okay. So, as you said, he's 501st Galactic Republic. All of these tags. He's a leader. Basic ability, Furious Slash. Looks kind of cool. That's the only time I'm ever going to watch him do it. Zeta.
I hope every comment you have on that is like a
it's just salt. Like
yeah, or sand in his case at least.
It's sand, yes.
Yeah.
Deal physical damage to target enemy. This attack can't be evaded and ignores defense. If this is the first ability General Skywalker uses during his turn, he immediately uses the special ability Telekinesis if available. Telekinesis lets him deal physical damage to target enemy. If possible, this attack will critically hit enemies with armor shred. If the target enemy is dazed, reduce General Skywalker's ability cooldowns by 1. This attack ignores defense. Whew, I don't even understand it.
It's
You're
even
not
when you
meant to.
play it, it's kind of hard to.
I honestly
Let's have you go through the whole thing with it, and then we'll go back to these. But it's like even as you read it, and then when you play it, it's still like what's happening next after. So
like I'm gonna button mash is what you're telling me.
well, not at 5-star you're not, but
Yeah.
not successfully.
Okay. First special, Sundering Strike, 3-turn cooldown. Oh, that's cool. That's neat. Deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict armor shred. Okay, I see. If they are dazed, this attack deals double damage. If this is the first ability General Skywalker uses during his turn, reset Force Grip's cooldown.
What's Force Grip?
Well, Force Grip is his second special.
Excellent.
Also a cooldown of 3. Deal physical damage to all enemies and daze them for 2 turns. If possible, this attack will critically hit enemies with armor shred. Okay. If this is the first ability General Skywalker uses during his turn, reset Sundering Strike's cooldown.
Which was his first one. So here's how these, when we get to the end, work. You do the first one, and then he'll automatically do the second one on that same turn. So you do Sundering Strike, and it inflicts armor shred on a single person.
Yes.
And then he will do the AoE days to everyone else. Or you can do the AoE's days first, and then do the Sundering Strike after.
Going back and forth here.
Correct. And you can, so it helps you decide which one is like, if you want to focus on one character, you kind of want to do the armor shred one first, because then the next one is double, or if they're days first, then that one's doubled. So it's kind of a cool, like you'll kind of, we'll figure out the best ways when to use each one. I like it. It's really hard to figure out.
One question I had, do you get to pick 2 moves in one turn, or does it?
Nope, it just does it. So
that's what I thought, which doesn't make sense. It's like the computer AI takes over. It makes you do 2 specials if they're available.
Yeah.
So it does. You pick Sundering Strike, and then it does Force Grip automatically.
Yeah, if it's available.
No. It doesn't have to be available every time.
Really?
Yep.
Or is
it's
it
not
always available?
Wait, does it automatically?
Yeah, it's not something you pick. You do Sundering Strike, and then it just automatically rolls into Force Grip.
It does not say that.
It doesn't.
Yeah, the kit doesn't make any sense until you play it. Like when you read it, it doesn't. It does not how this. When you go down farther, it talks about do the second move right away. It's not something you pick. It is just Sundering Strike goes, then Force Grip goes, or Force Grip, you pick Force Grip, and then Sundering Strike is the move that it does.
See, it doesn't say that. It says the cooldowns are reset. So does that not happen?
No, then that happens, and the next time he goes, then you can do the other one first, and you can just keep going back and forth between the two.
So basically, every other turn, you get to use 2 specials, right?
Yes, unless you get ability blocked, because then whatever. Sometimes the cooldowns will each be at 2, or if you do your basic, and then that doesn't reset out. Like it can happen, but most of the time, each of your specials are available to you.
My brain right now.
Yeah,
I need to try it, and I can't try it for 6 months. So this is all right. Okay. I'm going to take your word for it.
Yeah, you'll have to watch some, or I can put some up sometime of it. But
I have no other option, so. Okay, so his leader ability, Zeta, General of the 501st. All units can't be revived. Does that mean enemy units?
That means enemy and your own.
All, and your own.
The whole shebang.
But it never applies
even
to
ones,
your team.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Because you don't have any revive abilities.
All right. All units can't be revived. All 501st allies have plus 50% critical damage. When an enemy gains a buff, all 501st allies gain 2% offense stacking until the end of the encounter. While there are other 501st allies, active 501st allies, General Skywalker can't drop below 100% health. Great. Advances if he has 100% protection and takes cover if he has 0% protection at the end of every turn. Removes all other status effects when he takes cover. I have a question about that, by the way. Remind me to. Leaves cover and takes a bonus turn when all other 501st allies are defeated. Okay. So advance means he's taunting. It can't be dispelled or prevented. And other 501st allies can't lose health.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. So that's when he has 100% protection.
No, any protection.
Any.
Until it gets to 0, then it builds back up.
Okay, so then when it's at 0, he goes into cover, and cover
which looks like he's bowing to the other team.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Getting ready to be executed.
That's what I mean. It doesn't look like he's meditating. It's like I give up type of thing, which led to some funny memes of
did you see that?
I did. That was a good why are you abandoning us?
Okay, so he can't be targeted. He's immune to damage and status effects. So his speed is set to 0, so he doesn't take a turn.
Correct.
And he recovers 10% protection and turn meter at the end of every turn, which can't be prevented. How do you recover turn meter if your speed is 0?
Well, that's what you get. You can have bonus turn meter without speed being in there. So every time someone else moves, he gets 10% turn meter, 10% protection. So what happens is he will go again on the 11th turn. He takes 10
it's
turns.
Anyone's turn. Yep. It's like enemies count too.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. So my question is, where was it? Oh, removes all other status effects when he takes cover. Is that on his own team? The other team? Him? Just him?
Just him.
Me, myself, and I?
Yep.
Is it just him?
Just him.
Is it just him? Because I'm like looking at him like, does that mean he's removing like plague? He's removing.
He will remove healing immunity in the raid when he goes down and after enrage. So I did phase 1 of the Sith raid with him.
Because I was wondering if he would remove, if it was the other team, if he would remove like Grandmaster training. Like
everything would be gone. Yep.
But it's just on him.
Just on him. Everything above his head, undispellable things.
Got it.
Just no longer has anything above his head.
Got it. Following. Okay. Fine. Fine. It's unique because we haven't gotten there yet. The chosen one is Zeta. General Skywalker uses an additional ability during his turn. So this is in addition to him.
No, this is where it's really confusing. That is
Right.
how the other ability gets used.
Gotcha. Okay, so General Skywalker uses an additional ability during his turn.
General Skywalker.
Whenever he critically hits an enemy during his turn, increase their cooldowns by 1, excluding raid bosses, which can't be resisted. If he is critically hit, General Skywalker dispels all debuffs on himself. Enemies attacking out of turn can't critically hit. Yoch. If the target enemy has no protection when General Skywalker uses an ability, reduce their current max health by 20% for the rest of the battle, stacking, excluding raid bosses, which can't be resisted. That sucks against Night Sisters.
That's the no revive kills the Night Sisters.
Yeah.
This is the anti-Malik
True.
and Grievous, and it's big.
Reduce their current max health. Yikes.
Yeah, so every time you hit Malik, he is, if he starts with 200,000 when you combine his health and protection, every time you hit him, it's going down 40k until you just hit him with another 60k hit and he's gone. And he can never build it back up again either. I actually thought that was a clever way to beat him, because I wasn't quite sure how they were going to get around Malik, and there it is.
But does he struggle with beating Malik even without that? In my
That's a good
experience,
question.
No.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Okay.
Faye has been lucky enough to have a... What relic is he at?
He's at 6. Oh yeah, we'll go over that.
Yeah. So he doesn't understand the pain of us. Please.
Oh, no. That's not true. I had to wait until Monday. So I had 2 days at 5-star. And
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I understand everyone's pain that has to wait 5 months. I had to wait 2 days.
But what you don't know, Faye, is that when you're fighting...
doesn't sound good.
When you're fighting an R6 or an R7 General Skywalker, he'll counter Malik for 70k, 80k. Malik's gone.
Twice.
Yeah, Malik's gone.
That's awful.
It is. It's stupid. That's the main thing I dislike. We'll get to that.
Because as we're going to get to that in his second ability, in case you're wondering. His second unique, Hero with No Fear. I see what they did there with Padme and him.
Yeah.
Hero with No Fear. Also a Zeta.
One of his problems is, though, he gets feared. Anyway. that doesn't like why. Whatever.
Well, he has to, because that's how he fell to the dark side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But that's a
What do you
stupid name
know?
for a unique when you
It
have
is.
fear. It's
true.
okay.
At the start of battle, he gains 25% defense, 15% max protection, and 25% tenacity for each other 501st ally until all other 501st allies are defeated. So that's not like going to drop when one is defeated. It goes down by like 25. It's
All the
just
above.
Right. He keeps
It just
the
sticks.
bonuses at the start.
Yeah. If all allies are 501st at the start of the battle, General Skywalker gains the following: 100% counter chance and 50% crit chance, because, he's not already super strong. When all other allies are defeated, General Skywalker can't be critically hit and gains 35% turn meter after every enemy turn. And that's his kit, folks.
All right, let's Sergi,
Yes.
overall thoughts?
Overall thoughts?
Yeah, on the kit, think it's
Terrible.
okay. All right. I
Terrible.
didn't get your answer, but
All right.
This is continuing the terrible trend of Jedi Knight
Chance and
Revan,
bones.
Darth Revan,
Mhm.
of just having 6 months of stupid, tough to beat, no good, realistic counter. Stupid. Like, they, the joke was how, because of relics, there's actually some diversity in arena. Because,
Yeah.
Yeah. No. But anytime that happens, you've got maybe a month, and then this is going to happen again.
This is insane.
I despise this trend. I've been thinking about it, not to talk about other games too much, but another game that I started playing around the time I played this, first started playing this, was Hearthstone. Now, it's a card game, lots of differences, but every 3 months, they come out with a whole new set of cards, which is 100 new cards or something like that. So anyone playing knows that in 3 months, the meta is going to be shaken up. There's going to be new cards to get, new things to collect. And once you have the card, you have it. If your deck is equal to somebody else's deck, there's no deficiency. You don't feel like, okay, there's no way I'm ever going to reach their level. But with this game, we get 6 months of it, and they're constantly pushing goalpost back. Like with the relics and stuff, where your squad isn't Gear 13 and Relic, you have no chance versus a Gear 7 Relic General Skywalker. Back in the day, early days of this game,
when you walked uphill to school both ways.
Yeah. A good enemy team, a good one would hold on defense to where maybe it took 2 or 3 battles to beat it. But now they've decided to create teams where there might be one specific counter, but if that fails, you can throw 2 or 3 teams of what are B grade teams, and they're not going to be able to beat it, no matter what.
Yep. He is his kit sounds very good right away, and when you unlock him at 5 stars and put him at Gear 11 after you've spent 15,000 crystals on the Chirotech and stuff like that, at 5 star, no kit can compare to Relic. It doesn't matter. I mean, I think people will realize the 5,000 that aren't going to get him to anytime soon. It's just too big of a power difference to make up for, and all 4 Zetas. So I tried, at 5 star, all 4 Zetas. I won like 1 out of 10 times against average at best Darth Revens. Like,
really?
He just couldn't. Just doesn't do anything at all. He does well against some other like Night Sister teams and stuff like that. But at 5 star, they changed how the game works when they changed the relics so much. So they, I think they also realize that now, and they should maybe change the gate of like 6E mods and stuff like that, maybe to not be, and Gear 13 or Gear 12, you can still do that at 5 star. Something like that maybe could happen to make that better. But none of those things matter when you get feared and Malik takes away his little protection he has. And several teams, Padme pretty easily can beat it when you have 5 star. So for those of you worried that a ton of people in your shard are going to have it, don't, because not too many of them are. Is the long and short of it.
But to contrast that,
yeah,
our Relic 7 General Skywalker walks all over a Relic 7 Darth Revan.
Sure does. So that's the and then you get him to, and you just get lucky. I mean, I don't know, lucky is the right word. I hoard for these things just in case. Like, I don't know, I probably don't need to save this, but I'm going to. So I the day it was announced, I had like 65,000 get. So I just had it ready to go. I mean, I was one of the people that this worked out. Like, you could not have got an event better suited to me. So that's comes from a place of I understand that other people don't have this, and I know because I tried it for a couple days what it's like at 5 star. I should have him at 7 tomorrow, assuming I get good RNG on the Cantina battles. But at R6, it is ridiculous. He is a monster. Even if they kill the whole rest of your team, he can 4v1 the rest by doing 100k basics against a Padme team. He can do 300k basics because of the damage. Padme is a better option than Darth Revan if you have like a really high relic Padme team, because all the countering will keep Kenobi alive for a really long time. But even if you get it down to the end, when it's just Anakin, he goes bonkers on his countering, and we'll get those set up. So the difference between him at 5 and 7 star, Relic 6, is crazy. It's crazy. So it's when people unlocked it right away, myself included, I was like, oh, this is not good. But keep in mind that at his full power, he is very good. Very good. And I have been beat on defense, so it's possible. Like I said, a Padme team beat me once. Just a regular Darth Revan was able to do it after 4 or 5 times. And one person did a Traya lead with like Darth Revan and Bastila. So we got to let our people know, the devs don't. You're like, we can't have the any counters be nerfed.
Don't share this video with any devs.
And so I think we're going to find it and you're going to get it. But he is just as powerful as Darth Revan was compared to Jedi Knight Revan. He's just as powerful as Jedi Knight Revan was compared to compared to Traya. He is that guy. I was worried when I first unlocked him, but
great.
I'm looking at a video of my gameplay from yesterday in Arena, and just saw how Anakin coming out of his, what's it called where he meditates? Cover. Yeah, when he comes out of it, he hits my Malak for a 68k crit for his first move, but then does the telekinesis thing. This is just his basic, not a special. Then does the telekinesis for 95k, killing my Malak. Just like that.
Great.
Yep, and he always gets the first move when he comes out of it too.
Stupid.
So that's usually where Malak dies, because he's had his health reduced. And like I said, it probably might not matter if he's doing 180k when you add them all up. But it's he's a strong character, to say the least. And no, sorry.
Can I vent more about?
Yeah, go for it.
So other things that are wrong with General Skywalker is how he's an attacker, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yet they make him to be the best tank. You can't kill him until the end. He counters. He shouldn't be a tank and an attacker at the same time. Like, it's so hard to get rid of his protection when he's geared up and relicked. Just getting rid of his protection is a feat all in itself. But then he gets it back before you can kill all the clones. And if you do kill all the clones, then he just goes crazy, getting 35% turn meter every time you take a turn. So if Cubs fan ever did any more of his 1v1 turny things, General Skywalker, hands down.
Yep. What was I going to say on those lines? He doesn't have a lot of that stuff without a full 501st team, like the counter and those types of things. Good point. You're really stuck with the 5 that you have now, if you want to be them top tier. But the ones that he does have, when he does it with them, it is a lot of power. And
to prevent Padme from being a viable counter, that's why they added in his leadership, which is mainly just about himself. They added that small little
right? Isn't that silly? Yeah, that's a good point. It is. The rest of the clones under there,
they get crit damage, but
yeah,
it's all about him. But what one little line of text they did add was that 2% offense for the team for every buff the enemies get. That's specifically for Padme teams where, let's throw up 10 protection ups, one for each debuff. Or let's get crit immunity before it gets wiped away. Or the translations from C-3PO. That is what makes it so that by the end of a Padme match, the enemy General Skywalker will come out of his cover and do 300k hits against you.
I originally thought it was for Jedi Knight Revan. He doesn't need it for Jedi Knight Revan. He needs it for Padme. I think you're totally right about that. Having actually played it and done it that way, I thought it was Jedi Revan first, but you are spot on with that from my experience.
Stupid.
Right.
I'm so much more positive about this than you guys. I don't know. I just can't place my finger on why.
And Sarah, not only is he a tank and an attacker, but you cannot kill him until you kill everybody else.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna ask. I was reading his kit, and I'm like, so you can't go after him until you kill everyone.
Cannot kill him. Now I don't know. I think that you can annihilate or something.
You can, yep.
But hopefully somebody can figure that out.
You got to be able to. That's a hard thing to do. Got to be able to time that pretty well.
Yeah, and it'll be a lot of RNG because he's wiping out Malik.
Yeah,
no problem. I doubt Nihilus is going to be able to survive long. The enemies don't put a lot of debuffs, so your Nihilus won't be getting lots of health boost from Traya and Scion getting buffed.
So I think the Traya Malik Basila combo might be because they throw up enough, and then Nihilus you get you still have to time the cooldown reduction thing perfectly and not get critically hit by Anakin that he reduces your cooldown and not kill him so much that he is dead all the way before Annihilate is ready. And then you still got to beat a solid Galactic Republic team thereafter. It's not like they're all instantly dead.
And then even though... What was I going to say? I don't remember. Keep going.
All right.
There's too many.
I was going to say we have some good numbers on... it was 6K General Skywalkers, roughly. I think it's closer to 7, maybe, because there's right now there's 5,735 5 stars. These are on the people on GG, so there are a couple more, but almost anyone that's good enough to get Skywalker is probably on GG. There's 875 6-star, so 6.5. Okay, and then there's currently 199 7-star. Out of all of the literal 10 million plus people that have downloaded this game, there are 199.
And you are one of them.
Ha Take that, people. And it cost me $0, not a single cent.
Oh my god!
Which, by the way, I'm all it's when you bring that up, it still is. If it cost me $1,000. I think that's fine too. That's great. People would go. Yeah. That's more power to you. But there is a little bit of the first thing other people are going to say is, "Oh, he spent this on it." It's like, no, you could. Sometimes you get lucky.
No kidding, eh?
Sorry to backtrack, but I remembered what I was going to say.
Finally,
even though Skywalker can be debuffed technically.
Mm-hmm.
With the plus 100% tenacity, I don't know what his natural tenacity is. You will hardly ever get a debuff on him.
Yeah, not when the rest of the team is there.
Yeah.
Other than fear.
And he's got something about dispelling in his kit. When you critically hit, it dispels any debuffs you do manage to land.
Yep.
So yeah, you can't even stun him and try to do some kind of...
So you can at the end. So that's actually where you can't critically hit him is beneficial for you against him. Because if you could critically hit it, that's where he dies in the end, is if you get shock on him, if you get ability. It's pretty easy because he doesn't have that bonus tenacity then. He doesn't have, he still has the counter and stuff. That's where he'll do.
Oh no.
Hey, you froze.
We lost Faye. This is It's not our night.
Shock on him at that time.
There he is.
Oh, do you hear me now?
Yeah, you froze.
Okay, all right. But the debuffs are how you win at the end. So that actually hurts him that you can't critically hit him because he doesn't cleanse and he can't. So you get immunity, buff immunity, heal immunity. Those types of things actually hurt him quite a bit. Just an FYI, I guess. I'd say onto what would normally be like one of the biggest parts of our show.
Mm-hmm.
They have another brand new character. I assume Sergey's a little happier about this one.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about the ARC Trooper?
Yeah.
Who's the newest 501 member. So new, we have no idea when he's coming out.
Let's look at some comments.
Yeah. Comments. Darn it.
Yeah.
This is still
God.
new.
Yeah, it's new. It's okay. So,
We left you hanging too long, people.
I know. Sorry, people. Lots of comments. So, Takedown Games said, I feel like Padme Roundhouse kicked me in the jaw 1,000 times this weekend. Then,
In real life, that might be worth it.
I feel bad for people still spending Get One, maxing Malik. Hopefully they give more of that currency in other places soon. That's a good point.
Yeah. Because he unlocks, he's coming back this week for people that don't have him, which is lots of people.
What a punch in the gut.
And then you're like, oh man, now do you say like that would be a Sophie's Choice type of, I have Malik now, or do I wait 4 months? Ugh.
That's mean.
Rough. It is.
Ugnaughty said, I'll have gas at 7-star tomorrow. I have all his Zetas, but none of the clone Zetas. What's the Zeta order for the clone?
In that team, do you want to do 5s first by a mile? And then 5s. Yep. Well, his sacrifice one is like it's so far ahead of the other ones, it's not even funny. That's the only one that really makes a big difference. His other turn meter one is probably next. Then
agree,
I would,
because
Rex
every time General Skywalker, you can only target him. They're constantly giving 5's turn meter.
Yep, for sure. And then Rex is probably a little better than Echoes, but they're pretty close. And Echoes, if you're going against a Darth Revan team where they have the Bastila Zeta, like the Foresight, you hit for an extra 20k right away. They're just not necessary. On those same lines, if he's at 7-star, which is totally different than 5-star, I would do his Skywalkers. I would do his unique that gives him the counter and the basic one first. Then I would do the anti-Malik unique, which is the first one, the 20%, and then I would do his leader last. At 5-star, they're all okay. At 7-star, they're all really good.
Isn't the leader the anti-Padme, the 2%?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So but if you're at 5-star, I actually think that one's could be the best because his basic doesn't hit for anything. So there's no reason to have counter. And to do the second move, like hitting for 8,000 another time is for where the rest of the game is at is kind of irrelevant. But when he's hitting for 70k, then you want him to hit it again. But you could argue either way. I think all of his Zetas are solid, but aren't like on the level of 5s where it's so much better than the rest.
Do you guys remember back when a new marquee, like 3-star but high gear, could still work? But definitely not as good.
Yep.
Scion, for example.
Yeah.
Nest.
Mm-hmm. Got him all the way up to gear 11, and
the game has
it's like 4-star. Should I buy the $10 pack type of?
yeah.
And now it's
you can't get him to 7-star, you can't gear 13. No, you can't gear 12.
Can't gear 12.
Then you can't gear 13. Then you can't relic.
Can't put on 6E mods where all of your mods are.
Yep. Yeah.
All your good ones.
That is a huge change.
For sure. Any other comments?
Takedown game spent all of Sunday and started on Saturday trying to get General Skywalker.
Did he get it?
I think he did.
All right. Good job, buddy.
Then good old Maurice joined the channel.
Welcome.
Oh,
Yeah. And then Gas Company is clever.
Yeah, not mine, but I do like that one.
Any chance Cad Bane could counter General Skywalker, removing 25% of his protection stacking?
No. General Sky. I mean, against a 5-star, possibly. I like where his head is at.
Good
with
idea.
That. Yeah. Two things though. His tenacity is so high and I'm pretty sure he has to go through a tenacity check, right? So that's not really going to remove the 20%. And two, Cad Bane is going to die on his first AOE. he just doesn't. He can't survive anything that they do.
Yeah.
I like where the head is at with that though.
Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, maybe a Relic 7 CAD could make that happen.
Yeah. The bad thing.
So why don't you go ahead and do that?
Yeah.
A Zingy, and let us know. I think that's a grand idea.
Yeah. The bad thing is, what team would you put Cad on where he'd have an opportunity? Then
on like a Darth Revan team.
Maybe. And then 2 dashes. I guess that's his name. Said, are players happy? No, they are not. PG could not care less because they made money milking the whales again.
But that's where the get one is really doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Because they really hose the whales here.
Yeah.
And then go ahead.
I was just gonna say I actually saw on Facebook on the guild recruitment page a guy posted his .gg link and said him and 2 buddies are looking for a temporary home. They want a guild specifically doing Hoth so that they can get one.
Yeah.
I was like, that is mind blowing. Not mind blowing.
I get it. It's silly that that's something to consider, but it's I don't think it's worth it personally, but I get it.
Yeah. It all depends. Like you'll save yourself 2 months that maybe you won't be able to get your arena rank fighting other tier 7.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of crystals you can miss out. So it could be worth it. And then the last good question was, how do you plan to counter someone that places both General Skywalker and Darth Revan?
I don't.
I would. So here's actually I should have almost led with this for someone that has him at Relic 6. Even on offense against Darth Revan, I frequently 5s almost never survives a battle. Skywalker will die. 5s at the very least will get killed. Usually Ahsoka, often 1 or 2 of Rex and Echo 2. So while it sucks in Grand Arena, that's it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a pretty consistent 2 or 3 win. So unlike Jedi Knight,
if you start off with Darth Revan.
Correct. So that's you need to use your top tier, either Padme at high relics, or Darth Revan. But to answer the question, I personally, if I had him still in offense, I would save the Hateful 88 team on Darth Revan, use Padme on General Skywalker, and then have Darth Revan in reserve for the second time if it doesn't go well. But I think after the first one, it's only going to be him and maybe 1 or 2 more if you do a good job of it. And then we just need to find who takes him out on a solo at the easiest level. So again, unlike Jedi Knight Revan, whereas if you don't kill 1 or 2 of them and you don't have the right team for it, it's just not possible for you to win. I think you can take down General Skywalker in a couple of battles. But so I think that's, I don't know that people see that as a silver lining, but it's not a long-lasting team for that.
Just requires your best teams.
Yes, yeah. So it's not going to be easy, but
save everything for offense.
It's almost a guaranteed multiple. Don't plan on getting 1,900 banners against that person, type of thing.
But they'll get 1,900 against you.
not the way I've been playing recently, but yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, you're smart, Faye.
Well, okay. to save, get one. Yeah, I was.
Yeah, you were. Okay, we can go over ARC Trooper now. ARC Trooper's coming to the game, but no timing of when. And no timing of whether he'll be a marquee or something for the light side territory battle.
Quick call, what is it?
I think light side territory battle.
Sarah, go.
Light side territory. I'm going to agree with that.
Okay, cool. In like the special mission Watt area.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was going to say...
No. Wait.
Indian Ocean Brood Alpha.
Oh, in the cantina.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I have no idea what they're going to put in the thingy, the Watt area.
Kiadamundi.
Yeah, that'd be a good
somebody
guess.
That'll make Anakin even more ridiculous.
Yeah. So, ARC Trooper is a light side attacker, 501st, clone trooper, Galactic Republic. So this is a new 501st clone trooper that will help improve all other 501st clone trooper synergy existing in the game. His basic is Crossfire. Deal physical damage to target enemy.
Can you play that Crossfire game sound effect there? Crossfire! Does anyone know what I'm talking about with that? Do you remember that at all?
Oh, yes!
The little game from the 90s where you shoot the little metal balls out of it?
I love that game.
You didn't get it from my Crossfire.
I don't remember the commercial.
Darn it. It's a great commercial.
My parents got it for me. I should.
I hope someone else does, or I might feel a little silly, but it was such a great game. It's like Hungry Hippos in reverse. You shoot the balls out and try to it's almost hockey-ish. So
that game was fantastic.
I don't know why it wasn't big in Canada.
It might have been. When did this come out?
Well, I don't know, in 95. I mean, you watched a Crossfire commercial while you were watching Ninja Turtles on TV. So, it's that kind of a long time ago.
Can you guys hear it?
I'm sorry. Continue, yeah.
Can you guys hear it?
Oh, no. Are you playing it?
Yeah. I think the people online can hear it.
Oh.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I can. I hope they can hear it.
The game was fantastic. Okay. Anyways. Deal physical damage. If they had no buffs before the attack, deal 30% more.
I'm sorry. I'm back to Crossfire. It came out in 71. 1971.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
All right. Continue onwards.
Basic is just dealing damage. This kit's not fancy. Special 1, assign command, cooldown of 3. Deal physical damage to target enemy. Give command to a target other clone ally until they are defeated or until command is granted to a different ally. What is command? The blaster turret assists whenever this character uses an ability during their turn. What's a blaster turret?
Yes.
Let's read Unique 2. Unique 1. The next thing. Okay. Arc Arsenal. Arc Trooper has plus 35% counter chance. Arc Trooper always has command and summons a blaster turret to the ally slot at the start of the encounter and when he's revived. The blaster turret will assist when Arc Trooper attacks out of turn. Unique 2, blaster turret. This is just the details about the blaster turret. Basic, deal true damage to target enemy and dispel all buffs on them, which can't be evaded. This is a summoned object, so stats scale to the summoner. Can't be used in raids. Doesn't count as a defeated unit and whatnot. Now this is an object. So within the blaster turret, one of his uniques, this object can't be targeted, is immune to damage and effects, and does not take a turn. When there are no allies with command, the blaster turret is destroyed. So what makes this object different than the Geonosian Brute? You can't ever kill this. You can't ever do anything to stop him. The turret exists until you can kill ARC Trooper and whoever ARC Trooper has given command.
And you think that's just like you give it like a Watt tech piece, right?
Yes. It doesn't say anything about losing it after so many turns. And in the event where we fought him, it just stayed until...
Oh, yeah.
Until he gives it to somebody else.
Yeah. Seems like a good one of the, Forced Order Executioner type of level.
Yeah.
Should be fun. He doesn't do anything specifically for the team that they need, though. Like, against Padme, it's actually worse. They're going to be countering all the time. And against Darth Revan, like, it doesn't help them with the cleanses that they would kind of need. And it's cool. I look forward to using it. I'm really curious how they're going to release it. And this type of character is always the one that this community is going to be like, the Drake meme of making the disgusted face at General Skywalker and then the pointing and thumbs up happy face at ARC Trooper type of thing.
Yeah. It's fun, simple. Basically, every time this character or whoever gives command to goes, they get a follow-up attack that dispels buffs. I recommend putting it on 5s, the command, because if you've got the Zeta where he gets turn meter, he'll constantly go and just have this little boosted damage. Whenever I was fighting tier 4, I could never win if this command was given to 5s.
Over Skywalker, or can he not give it to Skywalker? Did I miss that? He can give it to Skywalker, right?
No, because it has to be a clone ally.
Oh, got it. There you go. Yep, you're right. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
that's a great point. Last news. Sorry. Sarah, did you have any other comment on that?
Nope. I will hopefully get him.
Yeah, he'll be in the list.
Like side territory.
Was they released a bunch of fixes to the things they all messed up when they added relics to the game. Super unimportant, except for they did make it so that Watt doesn't give the health thing to B1 anymore, which totally changes how that team works. That really helps them. That type of stuff was so easy to fix. And they did it in a fairly reasonable time-ish. Like, that's just stuff that people want in the game. Well, let's do more of those things.
Yeah.
Totally. Do more of those things. That was very good. All right, so on to the I Love You, I Know segment. I know it's easy to get jaded by this game, but there's a reason why we're still playing it after almost 4 years now. So, which, by the way, almost by the time this next show comes around, there's going to be the 4-year anniversary that hopefully they'll give us some goodies. But anyway, then we're going to change that to 4 years, November or something, right?
Yeah.
But talk about something you enjoyed over the past week or two. Sarah, let's start with you.
I enjoyed one, not freaking out all weekend, not having to stress about this because I knew it wasn't going to happen.
That's its own reward.
Yeah, that was great. Stress-free weekend. Just got to eat all my turkey. And I actually have really enjoyed lately playing with my General Grievous team. which is hilarious because my General Grievous team is not that well geared, and I use them in Territory War, and you guys are going to yell at me. Half of them don't even have mods. And I'm like, no.
Those help. They help.
This is kind of fun. So I'll give them some mods. And yeah, they're fun. They're fun. I like them.
Welcome to the droid crew. I agree.
Yeah. So that's what I've enjoyed because that's all I can say right now.
Sergi, what's been good?
I enjoyed releasing a video for the phase 2.
Yeah.
I haven't made a video in a long time. It takes time. It's tough for me to fit it in my schedule, but it was fun to release it and then get to talk the comments and stuff again. And I have enjoyed playing with the Negotiator in Fleet Arena. That's a fun team to play with. I like trying to maximize my Anakin's damage. Then there was one other thing that was nice. Oh, the characters that I did have to gear up to get General Skywalker. I'm glad that they are finally built up.
Yeah, it's like that's a good point. Like they would always be on that, like, I'll get around to them, but you never would, and this forces your hand and you're actually kind of happy about it in a way.
Yeah. My Droideka was gear 11.
It's a great point. With the Zeta, which
Zeta.
always tout. So
yeah,
that's right. It's a good
having
Zeta.
them at gear 11 or gear 12 might
that Zeta will get you Skywalker. Yes, I finally, I don't know, 6 months, I don't know, however long, ever since I put the Zeta, he's been at gear 11 pretty much. So finally getting him to gear 12 and putting some good mods on him, that felt really good. And in fact, my whole team was gear 11 until this event, except for Grievous, like my whole SEP droids. I got B1, B2, and Magna Guard, and Droideka, all from gear 11 up to gear 12. The protection is so much better. Team plays much differently. And then I'm glad that my General Skywalker is now relicked up. So that playing with the Negotiator is easier.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it. What about you, Faye?
You guys might find this hard to believe, but I enjoyed the Skywalker thing, and man, I knew when they announced that they were going to put the extra, because it was a couple days for those that didn't know. Like, it was a couple days from announcement to, like, is it 5 stars? Is it 7? If it is 5, how are you going to unlock it? I thought for sure they were going to put it in the Grand Arena store, even though they said specifically that they wouldn't put it there, because that's where I didn't have it. Like, that I would be where everyone else is for this. Like, I have 3,000 there or something like that. But then when they announced that, I got a little giddy about it, and was pretty happy about that, because it's kind of fun to wreck face in Arena for a little while. I don't know how long that will last. Like, I honestly, it is a full auto, I don't have to look at it type of thing. So it's kind of cool for a little bit. I think Grand Arena will be fun. I actually am really interested in see who I get matched up with in Grand Arena. And like, because if I'm in a group with all General Skywalkers, then we know for sure that they're matching it based on characters and not just GP. Because my GP is not even 5 million yet. It's just below. So there can't be many just 5 million, like 6 Skywalkers. So I'm curious to see how that goes. And should be fun. I enjoy it. But I feel the masses pain too. But the actual, like, the thing I had the most fun with in the game was my last loss in Grand Arena. So I was in the finals. Guy put up a ridiculous score against me, like 19-16 or something like that, which my defense is pretty solid. It's not amazing, but I usually have people not full clear it more than anything, but never that high. So then I tried to underman the team, I tried to use a 3-man JTR against a full bounty hunter team. I almost got it. I was this close.
Oh.
But then I lost and all went down. So BB-8 got smoked by Boba Fett. So I was like, oh man. But I had to. I didn't know like he had such a high score. I had to try.
Yeah.
But then I spent the rest of the time like winding my way down with 3-man teams, and at the end I took like 12 battles against a Newt team that I enjoyed quite a bit, because like the final one that I won with had like Gear 7 people on it, and so it was good. And the guy talked to me. I talked to him like I typically don't. He like messaged me. It was a super nice guy. We talked about it. He gave me some stuff that he did with his. It was just enjoyable. I had fun. I had more fun losing than I did like winning most of my battles. So I think that's where this game can be at its best sometimes. As long as you don't get too mad at stuff of, we've had enough of them now that I'm not so like disappointed if I lose one of them, and the rewards are so meaningless that who cares?
Yeah.
Because I'm not even close to Kyber. Like, however, if I was like, I'm just on the border of that, then even that, who cares? Whatever, you get very minimal added to it.
And honestly, I beat a Kyber guy last round. It means nothing.
Yeah.
But I did brag about beating.
Yeah, there you go. It doesn't mean nothing. You brought it up now. On to Discord Corner, where we move along here. Wayner 21. I feel like we can make a whole list of this, but I didn't come prepped for it. Maybe we'll think of it another time. Would you guys be for or against adding skins in the game? And would you spend $5 for a shirtless Kylo or midriff Padme? No right-hand Luke? What skins would be best, worst? I would. I think I would put $5 more into that than I would anything else, because I don't spend on anything else because it's so worthless to spend on anything in the game unless you spend thousands of dollars.
Yeah. That's a good
so
point.
like I have gift card money from last Christmas. I have like $150 in Google that is specifically earmarked for this game that I have spent $0 of, because there's nothing that gives me any value.
Which says a lot, because a year ago you could have bought like a pack here and there and kind of stayed afloat and like kept going. And now it's like,
get a 4-star marquee.
Yeah. And if you're not doing like the full tilt spending now, there's no point.
That's not the question though. The question is, would you do it? I think that's a great idea.
Yes.
The hardest thing for them is to get it past like I'm sure the Lucasfilm, whatever. Yeah. But all the other EA games have it. Don't give me that garbage that they can't do it or want like the pink Vader. Those are so like straw man arguments. Awesome. They have tons of outfits that they could all wear, and you'd have your specific one. Like I would spend $5 to get my T3 looking baller. Even if I hardly use them, that I would definitely do that.
I would spend $5 just to have BB-8 constantly have his lighter out.
The whole time.
The whole time his lighter's out.
It actually makes him worse because he can't roll as well, but it's just great. Like you see him stumble sometimes and he like misses a lot and stuff like that. But he would do that. Sir G, would you?
I would not pay because I am very cheap.
Yeah, I get it. Right,
But I love that idea and would love skins in some form.
Mm-hmm.
And ones that you earn too. I doubt they'd have all of them would be. I think that'd be much cooler than having titles.
Right. I think their argument is that they'd rather release a new character than just put a skin. So like they can't do General Skywalker.
Okay, that's I was actually going to say that's also a BS answer. Yes. Those are totally different segments. You hire one person to put out skins, they're going to make their money back incredibly fold. But they really need to hire someone that can draw faces first.
Oh my god.
Rough. Yeah. Like I really like to give him the benefit of the doubt and this stuff, but man, that is his face is straight trash.
Anakin, the old Jedi Knight.
The new Anakin.
Yeah.
Well, they're both because they switched them together.
It's
that
like
they.
I don't know the new one because I don't have them, so I haven't even bothered to look in that tab.
Yeah, they
They
changed
same
the
face.
old one to match the new one.
No, did they?
One of
really?
them looks left and one of them looks right.
Oh.
And what's stupid is that
Oh, that's so stupid.
the picture,
Yeah.
like the picture looks weird in the first place. The one that they advertised him for, like
Yes. Yep.
it's like they took General Skywalker or General Kenobi's body and just added Anakin from the prequel movies' face onto it. The proportions aren't right at all. But anyways, why didn't they give us that face?
It blows my mind.
Why
Like-
advertise the Hayden Christensen face in the ad, but then muck it up in the game?
Yeah, because someone else, whoever in our guild pointed out, like looks like Corey Feldman, like really,
That was hilarious.
short, lower face,
Does.
and like it absolutely looks more like Corey Feldman than it looks like Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, it's bad. And like there's so much content for them to draw from in terms of like you've got the Clone Wars show, you've got Hayden Christensen, like there's so many things you could have, and they just
And the other problem is like it's much easier to copy cartoon faces than it is real faces. Don't they have those models in game? Can't they? Or like can't they just ask Lucasfilm for? Don't we have like some anything?
Wouldn't you just have to like scale it down? Be like, whoop, make them smaller. I don't know.
Because it is bad enough. Like there was a good Reddit post of like they just have to show the picture and they just said nailed it because you see like instantly you look at it and you know that it was
Not quite.
yeah it's bad for those of you that haven't seen it. Number 2, Laga. What do you think the top relics for for Galactic Republic, I believe that will be useful. No, let's just say anybody. What's the top ones that will be useful for light side territory battle?
Relics.
Yes. So not just the characters, but their relics in particular. Again, great question. I feel like that's could be its own thing by itself. I listed a bunch of things here. See if you guys agree or not per se. The attackers are just the way to go with most relics. So like Ahsoka, Karth, Canderous, Chewie, Han, CLS, Nest, Jedi, Anakin, Mission, and Wicket are all kind of the big attackers. And then miscellaneous ones, like other ones that aren't attackers but are either powerful or have a lot of other stuff. Grandmaster Yoda, Jedi Knight Revan, Jolee, Zaris, Finn, I actually think would be a good one. L3, Vandor, Shock, and Zalbar. Any thoughts on those? Which ones you do, or totally different ones?
Canderous is
He's dark side. Take him out of there. You're doing it when I do it.
Yeah, you go for it.
That was dumb. It says the guy like I'm probably the only one here listening that has Gear 13 Ordo too. I use them all the time in the dark side TV, so not him.
Yeah, I think that's a good list. Really, relics change everything. I watched some video, some Russian guy used a full First Order with relics team to take down Darth Revan.
That's nuts.
Now the Darth Revan squad wasn't high relic. I think they were all Gear 12, but still.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like they were Gear 12 or maybe Relic 1. Like it makes that much of a difference. I think First Order Executioner is a great one to eventually do.
In his video, he showed like just by the second or third turn of Executioner doing 100k, 120k crits onto Fallen Bastilla and stuff. Ridiculous.
Because he scales health and damage.
Yes.
And both of those things go up and they use whatever. So that I think he's a fantastic relic. Mine is Gear 8, so but when the rest of the First Order comes around with a new movie, I think he's a good chance to have the spot.
But the ones I'd say you might not think of at first are Jolie and Vandor Chewbacca.
He wants that survivability.
Yes, Jolie. As long as you
that's a
can keep
good
him
point.
alive.
He will always win.
Yeah, everyone else can die. As long as he can stay alive, you're good. And similar with Vandor Chewbacca. Like, as long as you can keep him up. I think, I don't remember exactly how the kit works, but if you've got a very strong Relic Vandor, just as soon as one of the other characters get hit once, they've all gained tons of protection.
And get the revives, and it's just
yeah.
Yep. Those are good. Sarah, have any extras?
I feel like I am going to do all of the characters that I need for General Skywalker. So I'm going to say those ones.
Yes. So that's I didn't add like a lot of the Galactic Republic.
I agree. Like, I think Nest will be Jolie's a good one. I think a lot of the resistance attackers will be good.
Yes. Yeah. Resistance Trooper.
Yeah, like Resistance Trooper. I'm thinking
Good
Stick
point.
Ray. I don't want to do Finn.
Oh, wait. Someone called you out for
Mm-hmm.
That was
something
great.
on. We should mention
great.
that Sarah got him up to gear. Is it?
Gear
You
12.
got him up to 12 recently. Why was that? Well, I would like to hear the story of you returning to your ex.
Hungry hypocrite.
This is my logic.
I'm glad you brought that up because I had totally forgotten about it. Thank you, Sarah.
This was my logic. So I was sitting here this weekend, not panicking because I can't do anything. And
thinking of Finn as you normally do.
Thinking of Finn, and I went, well, let's delete everybody in my favorites list because my favorites list is insane in the game. And I'm going to add the characters that I need to gear for General Skywalker. And then I'm going to add every single Resistance and First Order character because they're going to do something stupid, and I want them all ready for whatever comes our way with Episode 9. So while everybody was freaking out over General Skywalker, I happened to have a piece of gear that was going to take Finn to gear 12, and I just equipped it without really thinking too much on it.
Were you like, as you were pushing the button, you were like you were just really...
I was just like, oh, I don't want to... yeah, fine, whatever. So I did it, and then I...
Felt so good to give in to him, didn't it?
Promptly got thrown under the bus. Got called out...
You did, right away.
That was great. That was great.
On Discord and in the game. Both places. So he's gear 12.
It's okay. Mine's gear 13 with Relic 3.
That's okay because you know what? He's gear 12, and you know where he gets used? Nowhere. He is a perfect.
Maybe that actually, I feel like that's almost like it's from Finn's point of view. It's like unlocking Skywalker, but only have him at 5-star. Like you have him, it's great, but you just sit him on the bench.
He's on the bench,
that.
keeping the seat warm. Yeah. So my logic was that I was going to gear all of my First Order and Resistance characters and say screw it and focus on them. And then everyone told me that I was going to have to panic gear the General Skywalker characters to gear 13. So I'm kind of doing a mix.
Yep. Cool. I'm glad you went back to the Finn well.
Yeah.
I got a little notification here that good old Maurice wanted to bring up that traveling back in a couple minutes that he heard Wicket from me as the so that was in general just a list of some of the most of the attackers on the light side. But I actually do think Ewoks, a like fully gear 13 Ewok team, could be super good in and Wicket hits hard. I was about to do like a really bad Boston accent on Wicket hard, and I have some skills in this world. I don't have many. Accents is not one of them.
Do your best.
It would somehow sound offensive to like 7 different cultures all at the same time.
No.
Like it would be a gypsy mixed with I don't know, it's someone from Canada. But yeah, Wicket. I do. Again, mine's not even close. I really think a strong Ewok team would be great.
Ewoks are fun.
They're so much fun.
Yeah. But then there's going to be like they all have crit immunity or something like that, and the opposing team, they're not able to do anything. But they go a bunch and they heal. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Take a ton of turns. Next one. All right, this is a pretty specific one, not for me because my crew sucks. I don't know if you guys can answer this well. Dark Matter wanted to know what's the best way to mod crew focused on tenacity before. Must have worked well for him. But recently saw a post that talked about showing that defense set with health primaries is better than a health set with defense primaries. You can check that out as a Reddit one. That was pretty in depth. I'm glad he pointed it out. That someone kind of went through the math with that stuff. Do either of you use crew? How do you mod him?
I do not use crew. My crew is gear 8.
Yeah. Mine's 11. Mine's 11 at least, but
I use crew.
Is no bueno.
I don't have enough good mods to put on him, unfortunately. Like mine just mostly goes on defense in Grand Arena now, and I'm sure if he was gear 13, he would do okay in the light side TB, or no, dark side TB. Yeah, the one we're in. But I can't afford to take him there. But he's a very fun character. I used to do tenacity, but very few characters can do health immunity. In the main one, JTR, can't resist it, so it doesn't help. So yes, I think that the defense mod sets with health primaries 6-dot will do great and super hard to kill.
Yeah, you can heal a ton when you...
Right.
And even when you put up some of those debuffs that you're worried about with tenacity, those heal them too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
anytime you are thinking of putting defense on a character, always do the defense set and just make the primary whatever other thing you want to boost.
That's good.
Good to know. I didn't know that as a base thing. I hadn't given that much thought. So it's a great little tidbit from a good question. All right, number 4, last one for. Oh, I think I went one more. That's now Brick Hard Meat. What a great name. Brought up. Can you recommend any decent Jedi Knight Rev encounters for mid-range GP people? Which I will admit we're not super good with at this show. Sometimes with. So this is a great question for us to. I mean, we talk about things that we're all in, which tend to be a little more top end, but there's a ton of people in that 2 to 4 million range that would have this thing one. Anyway, he seems to remember Sir G mentioning Grandmaster Yoda in the squad to counter it, and then I think we talked a little bit on Discord, but Sir G, you in particular, you use a Jedi Ray, correct?
Yes, JTR. Mm-hmm. But it takes Droideka, but with the new Separatist teams, Droideka's the best. Everybody needs to go and max her out.
And the Zeta is totally useless in that
totally
team, right?
Useless. That's the main. That's the biggest pain. But yes, you take JTR with 4 droids, C-3PO, R2, BB-8, and Droideka, and you basically maneuver it to where the enemies waste all their turns on a Droideka with damage immunity, and by the time damage immunity is going to go away, you'll have the special Illuminated Destiny from BB-8 up, and you destroy them from there. But the key is that early on, you've got to ability block, stun, prevent anybody on the enemy team that can dispel the buff immunity, or the damage immunity on Droideka. The team used to be tough to wiggle into a win, but now that we've got Padme squads that pull GK, it's super easy to win with them against Jedi Knight Revan without the crit immunity, since the team focuses all on crits.
Good to know. I've definitely never used that, and successfully, so that and I've never tried it, so I would like to do that someday. Sarah, what is your anti-Jedi Knight Revan team?
I don't have one that's not Jedi Knight Revan. My Droideca's not built for it. I do know about the Droideca team. I know one of my guildmates has used it before, and he, like JTR and Droideca, and he swears by it as well. So I would probably go that route once I build her. I just have to finish gearing her up. But right now, I just use my Jedi Knight Revan. Mirror matches, unfortunately.
And I mean, the original counter was with Traya and all the Sith, and then Sith Trooper and Bastila, but it also takes Bastila now. So that's if I didn't have another team like a Darth Revan or my own Jedi Knight Revan or Grievous or now Padme, like all those teams do that now, but you can make the other one work if you have that in there. And then had one live on air here. I didn't even read it. So do you think we should be focusing on General Skywalker for arena people from RA 898, or that we should be focusing on sequel trilogy to dethrone General Skywalker in 3 months here? I think that's a really deep question in the way that, like, it's asking, do we think General Skywalker is going to be the meta for a while? And because they kept him behind the guild event tokens,
for sure,
like that's going to be a real, like they almost have to extend it, because by the time people unlock it to get it to 7 stars, and it's going to be totally useless if it's, I don't know,
maybe longer than this.
Not useless, but
meta has lasted.
Right. I think I said last week on the show that I don't think this one will last very long because the new movie's coming out.
Yeah.
But the way they released it makes me think that this is the next 6-month meta.
But then what
it's really need to stop.
Yes.
What do you think they would release for episode 9 then? Marquise? And just Marquise?
Oh, they might have like the same way Padme came out after Darth Revan.
Right.
So they have a legendary, and then they have 3 or 4, maybe of each side even, of those. And then we're going to hear complaining up the wazoo about General Skywalker is still the best.
Yep.
And they'll be able to beat General Skywalker
inconsistently.
They are at higher relic levels.
Yeah.
Than the other ones, but I think the way this has shaken out over the last week, I think Skywalker is the guy for 6 months.
Yay.
Yep. That's their MO now.
Yeah. And if anything that they're putting him in the guild event, we're just putting this on auto until we get as much money out of this as we can, because we didn't put any thought into how this would be perceived or us making money off it. They can't make money off it. It just doesn't make sense. I'm going to keep coming back to this. I don't understand it.
Like
it was super helpful for me, by the way. Have I mentioned that before? But
those that aren't
really doesn't make money for them.
Those that aren't the 6,000 people that unlocked him, all you got to do is save your Get One for the next 4 months. When he comes out, you'll be with everybody else.
Yeah, there's no reason to unlock him prior. Like
right.
They're at best a 8th to 10th best team in the game.
That's insane.
I would say with him at 5 stars. I mean, in the Night Sister area, they beat Night Sisters pretty well. I'm pretty sure on offense, a good Night Sister team would take them out pretty well. But in that zone, they just happen to have that anti-revive thing, which really hurts them. But other teams, I'm positive a good first order team, like you mentioned, like a couple of relics, Gear 13 could take them out. Padme, stuff like that. So he is here to stay for a while. And on those same lines, the meta report should be actually interesting today, right? Let's see where we're at with that. So still with 73% of the vote, whatever, is Darth Revan. So coming in high. My boy IG88 at 8%. I believe the highest ever yet. Keeps going up. Padme at 6. Jedi Knight Revan at 5. Shakti at 3. General Skywalker, 65 people, 1%.
Oh, that's rough.
So, not a ton.
Not a whole lot.
But for those that did it, good work on hoarding.
Yes.
And last but not least, let's head to Uncle Owen's Moisture Farm to talk about who and what we are currently farming in game, because everyone knows work comes before going to Tashi Station to pick up power converters. Sarah, what are you farming now with the General Skywalker thing? The movie's coming up. What are we focused on? The sure thing, which is the Skywalker, or the maybe, which is Finn and everything you love about him again?
I am focusing on Skywalker with like resistance on the side. They're like my cheat meal.
Excellent. Yeah, I feel like that really describes it well.
Yeah, thank you. So obviously in Cantina, it's still just relic stuff. I just finished farming those blue sparkly guys.
So the light brights. Yep.
The light brights. Oh, I called them something not nice earlier. So I just finished those for Grievous. So he is now relic 7.
Nice. Congrats.
Thank you.
Very nice.
So now I can go back to farming everything else for everybody. I am farming.
How many of Shock are you doing?
How many what? Sorry?
Are you like refreshing on Shock Tea or anything? Or now you have enough time that you're not even?
I'm not refreshing on her. I've been glancing for her in the store and just picking her up when I see her in the store.
Oh, got it.
So I'm working on Rose in light side. Dark side.
Do you guys remember that really good line where she wants to put her fists through this beautiful city? Gosh, she's a great character.
Is that a quote from her?
Yeah.
That's been in our guild announcements for a week. And I'm like, what is that? What are they trying to say?
It's like a terribly spoken, the line doesn't make any sense. Like no one would ever say that.
Yeah. Don't farming her.
Anyway, yes. How close is she?
Oh god, she's not close at all.
Oh, okay, bummer.
She's like, let's see where she is. She's on my favorites list, so you know.
Obviously.
22 out of 65.
All right, she's got a ways to go.
Yeah.
She's got a ways to go.
Definitely doable by the next time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Farming Holdo, who is 38 out of 100.
She's closer.
She's closer.
You gonna put a Zeta on her?
I don't know.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I have almost 5 Zetas. So
okay, all right. So at 5, you can do any Zeta you want. That's
the rule. Okay.
Yeah, that is by far the.
Yeah.
Sure.
So her, and then
except Droidica, I've heard that one is.
I've not Zetaed her.
You're 13, baby.
Oh god. Shakti, B1, and Anakin ship still in ships, and all of the gear. That's the problem right now is the gear crunch, because I need to gear all of these people at the same time. And the other issue is with my ships, I need to gear Jedi Consular and Clone Sergeant.
You don't need Jedi Consular.
What's the other option? Plo Koon?
Yeah.
I didn't have.
For the event or for arena?
For the event.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever one of them. I would do Clone Sergeant well before Counselor.
Yeah.
Both for his character and his ship.
I need 2. And my options are Clone
Rex.
Sergeant I have Rex.
Yeah.
So I need 2 out of Clone Sergeant, Jedi Consular, or Plo Koon.
Really?
My Plo Koon is gear 3.
You have Ahsoka. You have Ahsoka too, right?
Yeah, I have Ahsoka.
She counts.
Yeah. So like I literally am 2 ships short.
Okay. Just get him to 40K and then let him be. Like,
and you only need 3 of them technically.
So Rex, Ahsoka, and one other, and then Anakin. So 4.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't really need your reinforcements for the event. I think I had 1 come in. It's not very. If you've got the main couple built up, it's not hard.
So maybe I'll do Clone Sergeant over Jedi Consular.
I would for sure. So my Plo Koon and Jedi Consular aren't at 40K.
All
Neither
right.
of them qualified for me.
Jedi Consular is off of my favorites list, which means it's officially down to 28 characters.
Is that even useful at 28 characters? Like,
yeah, it is.
Okay, all right, good to know.
Because look,
okay, wait, hold on.
I can see everybody that I need to do, and I can just throw gear on them. It's great.
Okay.
It's just easy. I don't have to go to factions. They're all just right there in front of my face.
Yeah, I definitely do the faction thing.
Yeah,
That's how I do it.
Definitely.
No, because I like to see, like when I have extra energy and I'm going to farm gear, who am I going to farm it for? And it's usually whoever is the closest to the next gear level.
Got it.
So, all of the gear.
Gear to gear. Man, I never used to farm gear at all. Now that's all I do
Same.
too.
Yeah.
Because they don't release characters anymore. So.
And a lot of these guys want all the chirotech, and like my crystal stash is dwindling. It's gone. It's basically gone.
Yeah.
You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
I've never. It really pains me to be at like 700 crystals. But that's where it really got that close for me to unlock and get all the relics. Like it was.
What did you start with?
Well, before when the event was announced, I had I think 18,000. All of like 15 of that went to Chirotech because it's just ridiculous.
15 went to Chirotech.
Something like that, pretty close. And then
I'm screwed. I'm screwed.
No.
Yeah, I mean you have like months to build it up.
But not if I'm also building First Order and Resistance.
Unless
you'll go on.
Unless they release a new game mode that specifically uses them to good effect.
Yeah.
I don't envision anything with the new movie making them useful.
I hear you.
But you don't think that they're going to release a new character and be like, you need Rose and Finn?
No, I don't think. Well,
and that you have to gear them to GP 18500.
Yeah, I guess they would need to.
Right, because then you're gonna spend to gear because no one's got.
Hopefully, they do release a legendary, but the legendary won't be game breaking.
As legendary.
Yes. As legendary-ish as they should be, considering they're called legendaries.
Yeah. They'll be Padme level, like Faye said.
That's sad. Can I just say that is kind of sad?
Yes.
Yeah, First Orders do. I'm not like a big First Order fan or anything, but they've never had their moment.
Yep. But who knows? They might come out with a new game mode. They made it sound like they were teasing something new in the Q&As and stuff. Mm-hmm. But who knows, really?
Yeah, they're light side territory battle.
Yeah. I am farming. I'm farming gear. There hasn't been any marquees. So now that I've got Shock T built, I've got every single character and ship 7-star. Except for Vulture Droid.
Nicely done.
Thank you. And all max level.
Nice.
So my whole goal right now is to get as many Gear 13s as I can.
Yeah.
So
In what order? Like, are you going faction or character specific, or just rows first?
Faction.
Yeah.
My current goal will be to come up with a strong team that can counter General Skywalker. It looks like Padme is the viable option. Although,
so you have a 6-star one or Relic 7 that you go against, right?
yes.
I want you to. I might send you a team or two out
Okay.
if you would kindly try.
I showed some here in the video, but
Cool.
I can try squads.
Did you win any of them?
No.
Okay, bummer.
Spent tons of crystals. Like 5 or 6 battles. Not even close.
Oh, I didn't know that was going on. Gosh, people
close.
gotta love watching that, right?
I think I'm going to work on Padme. If Atreya lead, on paper, Atreya lead should do really well. Especially if you mixed it with Darth Revan. But that would suck to have to spin both of those team comps.
That's the main one that I want you to try.
Yeah, I'll try
For
that.
me, cool.
But
let me know if it works.
Yeah, I think my Galactic Republic is my next step. Because now that GK is Gear 13, I like that. I want Padme Gear 13. Because now I've got Jedi Knight Anakin and GK at Relic level. The Padme's the missing piece. And then Gear 13, my clones. So that's my current farming. Just straight gear. And any of my...
Great cash, homie.
Yeah. Any of my undergeared characters that need stun guns will now never get them. Because every time they appeared for Get 1 in the store, I was using them. But now I can't.
Nope.
It's going to be a while. A lot like months. 4 or 5 months. Oh, man. That's a long time. And it's 70,000 of them. I am, like I said, I hoard. So I blew it all on this event and anything above gear 12, well, he doesn't require many stun guns or cuffs.
True.
Because they put all Kyrotech instead, which is ridiculous. But so I am all about rebuilding those things. So finishers and 12.5 pieces in particular, and then Cantina straight relics. And I got Ahsoka to Gear 13 prior to the event, well before, just because they're shipped. And then tomorrow, I'm like 11 of the light brights away from Relic 7, General Skywalker. So I'm excited about that. And then I think I'm going to go next to Echo. Sergi and I were talking about that before. Like,
yes.
Echo does some damage under the Skywalker lead when he is, even at Relic 1, his AoE will hit hard. So I'm going to take him to 4 or 5, I think. I don't think I need him 7, but that's what I'm looking at. Sergi, finish this up. Are there any more comments? Thanks to everyone sticking around and watching. The long stream. It's probably our longest show ever. It is our longest show ever. So hopefully people like or appreciate that and hop in and out.
I think it's from the going through questions on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
I think that extended it another 45 minutes. But it's fun. So, someone talked about there should be a Harry Potter version of the game.
Oh, boy. Sarah, how do we feel about that?
I'd wail so hard.
That'd be fun.
I really would.
Okay, could you do this and that game?
Yes.
Or would it just migrate over to Harry Potter land?
I'd do both.
Okay, good for you.
I would do both.
I'd do both too.
Yeah, 100%.
What would be the meta team? What would you want?
Ooh. It would depend on where they start the game. Like, would they start it at Philosopher's Stone? Would they? Because everything's out, right? Like, they got other than like her prequel stuff. That would be cool though, because see, they have opportunity here because you have all of the base. Oh boy, you could have all the base stuff, and then you've got.
I feel like you just need to get the rights to this game, and
I should
we'll
because
roll from there.
The 2 Harry Potter games that they've had on mobile suck.
Yeah.
They're so bad.
My wife played the one where you're a student.
Oh, it's so bad.
And,
Hogwarts Mystery.
You gotta pay.
Awful.
You have to pay to ask a question to the teacher.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, there's literally no incentive to play that game because you, like, literally, I sit here like this playing because all you have to do is tap. There's no skill required.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, okay.
What do you get for your money of asking a question?
You get some dumb answer, and then
and literally just like a story progression.
Yeah, a terrible story.
It's just bad. And then the what's it called? The new one, the Pokemon Go knockoff one is awful.
I haven't played that.
It's bad. I played it for like all of 4 days, and then I was like, so what is the point of this game? Like, what am I trying
It seems pretty faithful to what the show and stuff is. Don't they like go around and catch people in little balls and stuff?
That's Pokemon Go. This was a Harry Potter.
No, I'm talking about Harry Potter. Yeah, that's how I remember the movies.
Catching people in balls?
Yeah.
What movie were you watching?
I'm just kidding.
Hey, not to talk about other games too much, but there's a new Pokemon Masters game for the phone.
I've heard of that one.
I like it.
I heard of that.
There's not much in game, but it's fun while you do play it. That's a fun game.
But I would wail for Harry. Harry is don't pick me. Harry's my true love.
Okay. I feel like if we had made a shirt for Sarah, like if we had merch line, I feel like that right there is like I would wail for Harry. Like
you're talking to I have 2 Harry Potter tattoos.
Oh, all right.
Like they're not
quotes or just like pictures of Daniel Radcliffe.
I have Hogwarts on my arm, and I have
in like the Hogwarts font.
Can you show us?
No, like I can show you the Hogwarts one.
Yeah.
If you could see this.
Ooh.
Oh, actually Hogwarts, not the word Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
Excellent.
And I have a scene from the Peveril brothers when the youngest one is greeting death with the invisibility cloak on my thigh.
So I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm going to assume it's cool.
It basically looks like I have the Grim Reaper on my thigh.
That's cool.
So, I would wail for Harry. I feel like I would have
to. And Finn now, but
that'd be your Patronus, a big whale.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's my level of Harry Potter. Like, watch the movies. I know what a Patronus is.
Yeah.
So you would remember this, Faye, if you saw the movies.
Okay, I've seen the movies.
In the last movie, in part 1 of the Deathly Hallows, when they're at Luna Lovegood's house and they're reading.
I remember.
Goes to the cartoon.
Yeah, it's like a flashbacky thing.
It's a cartoon.
Okay.
It's kind of a cartoon.
Boy, no, I don't remember a cartoon, but the scene is familiar to me.
It's kind of flashbacky. Hermione's reading the story, and they're talking about the wand and the stone, and all that.
How they came to be.
Yeah.
Cool.
And at the very end, Death greets the youngest brother, and he gives the cloak to his son. You don't remember this at all. You need to rewatch the movies.
Apparently.
Yeah, I do.
They're on Netflix.
I own all of them. They're still in there. Because I'm waiting for our child, our oldest has read all the books now. My wife is a big Harry Potter fan. So we have them all on Blu-ray, but I just haven't watched them yet. So for a long time. They're currently still shrink wrapped. We don't own many movies, but that's one of them.
They're still shrink wrapped?
Yeah, all 8 of them are just waiting to be watched. Just haven't had the time.
You should watch it.
Okay. When we come to that scene, we'll send a message of our joint tattoos because I'll get one, I assume, right after.
Yeah. We can match.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining, everyone.
Yes, been a lot
both
of fun.
Here online and everyone listening at home. That'll do it. Until next time. Chewy, we're home. Thanks, people.
Woo, that was good.
Here and chatting with us and sticking around.